What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be episode number 23. I know it's been a few weeks. My whole family was down and out. We all got sick, so it took a good 10 days off to get healthy. Didn't want to get anybody sick in the gym, but man, it felt like we missed like 2 months of training. You guys know how it is when you're training 3-4 days a week. Feels great to get back out on the mats. Real quick before we get into the roll, this is Rich, who is a brand new white belt, second class. So you got to give a lot of credit to Rich. Has no grappling experience, so to get out here and roll on his second class really takes a lot of guts. I'm sure you guys remember your first classes, the roll, how exhausted you were. You didn't know what you were doing. You don't know any technique. So again, shout out to Rich for letting me film this and go over it. We're gonna get started here on our feet. And guys, I've heard a few opinions on how people roll with newer white belts. Some think you should just annihilate them. I think that's wrong. I don't think that's fair. I think you should let them work a little bit, go over some technique you learned in class. Yeah, maybe give them a choke, see how it feels, but we're not going to be going balls out trying to tap them out as many times as we can in 5 minutes. Maybe if the guy comes off as super spazzy, a little cocky, maybe you put him in his place a few extra times, but Rich seems super chill. This is a new guy to the class. You want to welcome him. You want him to have fun, get some good training in. So start off, I pull him into a closed guard, and today in class we were working on opening the guard, so this is good practice for him right away. He can work on something we just learned, so he's going to try to get to his feet and open the guard. As he was battling here, it reminded me a bit of my first match at white belt. I could feel how tense he was and his grips, really trying to grab my wrist and get control. And as he reaches under my leg there, I'm able to toss it over for a triangle. He was like, that was stupid. So he's already learned one thing. You don't want to be reaching under your opponent's leg when they can toss it right over for a triangle lock. So I'm going to get the finish here on the triangle, pull the head in so you can feel that choke. But again, we're not going crazy here. We're just slowly tightening it and get the finish on the triangle. And Rich said, I'm already exhausted. You guys all remember the feeling. I know you do, how tiring it is. All right, back on our feet, working to get some grips. And just trying to step back here. I think I go for the fake guard pull, single. Yeah, go for a little ankle pick, but he defends. And I think I eventually just pull guard again. Yeah, pulling back into closed guard. All right, so in closed guard, you can see he does a good job of posturing up right away. A lot of newer guys, I feel like they are tired. They want to just fall into your chest and rest a little bit. You definitely don't want to do that. As I come up for a little hip up sweep to see how he reacts, he drives back into me. So good job by Rich. Good defense. And as he postures back up again, he's trying to get control of my hands so I can't get grip. So doing a real nice job. I think right here I get his left arm across the body a little bit, so I toss the right leg over for the arm bar on my weak side, which I'm not very good at. But again, we're not trying to attack with major force and rip anything. We're just trying to let him feel this position. He ends up breaking out of it, does a nice job, and actually comes around on top for a front headlock. I have control of his wrist, so I'm not in any real danger here, but he's doing a good job with his weight anyway, putting pressure there on my shoulder. So I'm looking to control his hands here and slide back into a half guard if I can and get my head free. As I pop my head here, Rich kind of takes a break. He was exhausted, he said, dying. You guys remember the feeling. I told him the cardio is going to come, man. Just keep rolling. Next week you're going to be rolling 3 times. The week after that you might be going 5 times. So the cardio for this is gonna come. Takes a little bit of time. As we reset there, I get the lasso and the underhook, come up for the sweep. And again, just credit to Rich for finishing the roll, letting me film it, just getting after it. So as I come up on top here, again, he's just relaxing, he's trying to rest. I wanted to come over for this little 3/4 ninja roll, but he actually grabs my head here, so I couldn't do it. So I got to get my head free. And when I pop my head out, I'm already in position for that roll. So just tuck my head. You can take the back here if you're really going for it. But we're just, like I said, we got a minute left to finish and just kind of having fun now. All right, as we reset here, gonna pull him back into closed guard for the last 45 seconds or so. Wear him out a little bit more. And yeah, he does a good job though of wrist control, and that's gonna be good starting point for coming to your feet. You can pin one of my wrists to my chest or my stomach and come up. But a little bit easier said than done, especially for someone who likes to play close guard like me. But see, he's really trying to grab my wrist there. I throw my arms over my head to break his posture back down. And I can feel that he doesn't have a post there on the right side. So I'm able to kind of just turn to my left, come up on top on mount. And that's going to do it for this one as time's about to expire. So thanks again, Rich, for letting me share this. And great job, man, on your second day. Getting out there, getting after it. Cardio is going to come, like I said. And look forward to seeing you more at training. Let's get into the next roll. Next up, we have Vince, the veterinarian, who is a brown belt. As we get started here, I approach, try to get him to his back by grabbing his heels. And now we're going to look to try and pass. Sometimes I like to go for this sleeve and pant and try to pull it out like a tablecloth. I forget what it's called. Remind me if you guys know the name of that one, but it doesn't work as he sits up for a single. I try to toss my leg over and get to the back, but I'm too high. So I sit back to my butt in a half guard with a knee shield. Alright, from this position, I don't really want to be in half guard very long. If I can get my right leg free, I'd rather push and come back to an open guard. And I try to do it there, but he hangs on to my leg. And I think I try to switch to, is it a Shaolin sweep? I'm bad with sweep names, but I'm trying to control his left sleeve and kick with my left foot. But he does a good job defending there, drives right back into me. So now I'm still in kind of that reverse De La Riva. Hook the right leg, but I need to get his weight on top of me and get on my left shoulder. But he's doing a good job of just putting his weight on my right side, so I can't turn him. And while he's doing that, he's going for the Kimura grip with my left arm. I grab a hold of my belt to defend and try to turn in, get back to a half guard, try to hook his leg. But he's doing a good job putting pressure back on, and that's going to kind of have him in side control here. So I'm trying to hang onto my belt and circle, get back to my side, hook a leg if I can. But as I go to do that right here, he does a nice job. I think he kind of hops over. Yeah, as I'm trying to regain half guard, he hops over, tosses the leg. I felt safe for a second, but he muscles it and gets the tap with the Kimura and a nice wave to you guys. Good job, Vince. All right, we're going to reset here, back on my feet. Vince in the seated guard. Sometimes when I approach, I like to go for I grab a sleeve and go for the cross step. Sometimes I can get right to knee on belly from there, but he does a good job of rolling back. Good guard retention there. And as he gets that little De La Riva hook, I try to staple his left leg down, trying to pass that way, but I don't really windshield wiper correctly with my feet, and he's able to hook right back into half guard. And trying to cross face and not let him get my weight on top of him, otherwise he's going to get the sweep. So trying to drive into him, trying to get him back flat, but he does have the underhook on that other side, so it's going to be an advantage for him. I'm trying to drive back into him with the overhook. He's trying to get up to his knees with the underhook here, and eventually he does get up to his knees right here and get the sweep. So I'm gonna have to sit back and try to yank him into close guard here so I can rest for a second. I was like, yes, give me a second to catch my breath, as Vince put some good pressure on you. So you guys know me from here. If I can get collar sleeve, you know what I'm going for. Trying to use my right knee to pin that leg and toss it over for a triangle. But I felt him slipping in his right arm trying to go for double unders, and I don't want that. So eventually I was able to kick my left leg back under, actually throw the right leg over for the lock, but nowhere near a finish. He's got his right arm kind of wrapped around my left leg. When I'm trying to get in position to get this triangle locked, trying to step on the hip and pivot a little bit. You can't see it, but again, his right arm, I do not have that across the body. He's got it kind of pinned to the ground, wrapped around my left leg. So not going to be able to get the finish from there. I need to either switch to triangle lock and go for a Kimura on that side, or go for a TP choke, which I try right here, which I don't know if I'm doing it exactly the correct way, but I thought I needed to just switch my legs back to just a regular diamond lock and kind of connect my hands underneath my legs and squeeze. But Vince is like, I can eat this all day. And it really took a lot of energy though to squeeze from there. So I was squeezing pretty tight for a good 6-7 seconds, and then I was gassed out, and time's gonna expire anyway. So thanks again, Vince, for letting me share the roll and helping me afterwards. I was asking him about that. He just said it wasn't tight enough. He said he could sit there all day. He wasn't going to be able to tap on that one. But Coach said I probably would have switched to the Kimura. If they're not letting you get their arm across, you can switch the triangle lock to the other side and attack a Kimura that way. So learning every day, as always. Thank you guys for checking out the video, liking, subscribing. Really appreciate that. If you'd like to support the channel and follow along. Looking forward to next competition at Blue Belt, which might be in the spring. Not sure. I want to make sure I'm ready for this one. And yeah, good luck to you guys on the mats. We'll go from here and catch you on the next video. Peace.